How goes it, everyone? I am the world famous Fat Kid, and today we are doing Week 16 picks. Merry Christmas! Happy Holidays! All the fun stuff. From me to you, from mine to yours. Merry Christmas. We are breaking down all of the Week 16 matchups this week, including our 3 games on Christmas Day. So, we're going to start off with our Thursday night game. New Orleans Saints going up against the Los Angeles Rams. Both teams looking for a playoff spot. Rams are looking for a potential wild card, and the Saints are actually battling for their division. I do believe the Saints have a better defense. Rams have the better offense. It's going to be a pretty good game. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I do believe the Saints have the better defense, and that is going to be the difference maker, so I'm going with the Saints. Next, we have 2 games on Saturday, starting with an AFC North matchup. Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati's been on a bit of a hot streak. People have actually tried to bury them after Burrow went down. I'm one of them. But Browning has come out and played very well, keeping them, alive in the playoff picture. They will not have Jamar Chase, but still T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd should still be a pretty good offensive unit. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, got shellacked by the Colts, and that defense didn't really do much. So I'm going with the Bengals. They're the hotter team. They seem to be playing much better. So, Bengals. Then we got the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, Bills coming off of a big win against the Cowboys. Chargers, of course, 63-21. Yeah, the Bills should win this game easily. It shouldn't be much of a contest, really. So, Bills. Then moving on to the early Sunday games, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Atlanta Falcons. Colts coming off of a big win against the Steelers, staying pace with the Jaguars and the Texans in the AFC South. They're actually playing for a division title, potentially a wild card with the next few games, with the next 3 games in the season. They have a chance at the playoffs, even if they don't win the division. Atlanta's just playing. Like they lost to the Panthers last week, only putting up a touchdown. They have nothing to play for. I think the Colts are going to win. Just the better overall team. Okay. Next, Green Bay Packers going up against the Carolina Panthers. Packers losing to the Tampa Bay Bucks, never really being in the game. I mean, early, of course, but that Tampa Bay no. They said, nah, we're good. We got this. Green Bay is much better than Atlanta, which the Panthers played last week and won 9-7. They're not going to be able to rely on a last-second field goal to get to 9 points. The Packers are going to put up more than 7 in this game. I don't know if Carolina's going to win another game this year. They're not winning this week. I'm going with the Packers. Next, we're moving on to the Cleveland Browns going up against the Houston Texans. Browns may have found a solution to their quarterback problem with Joe Flacco. Their defense has still been playing very well. And Flacco, 371 yards, I believe, last week. 2 touchdowns. He did have 3 picks, but that's something you kind of got to roll with Flacco. Houston Texans, I think Stroud's coming back this week. He should be out of concussion protocol. but I don't see that offense being able to produce enough against the Browns defense. So I'm going to go with Cleveland. Next, Detroit Lions going up against the Minnesota Vikings, an NFC North matchup. Division games are always tough for most teams. Like Detroit struggled with Chicago, both games, and they split. Minnesota's better than Chicago, even though Chicago beat Minnesota not that long ago. I don't think Detroit is going to struggle that much against Minnesota. Who knows, though? But I'm picking Detroit. Detroit's rolling. They had a huge game last week for Goff and Sam Laporta. Detroit should keep this rolling. I don't want to say it'll lock up the division, but it should all but lock it up, I believe. Yes. Next, Washington Commanders going up against the New Jersey Jets. Washington, they're not a very good team. They tried to make it competitive against the Rams, but it was too little too late. And the Jets got absolutely shellacked by the Dolphins. But a couple weeks ago, those same Jets shellacked the Texans. So, who knows what's going to happen? I think the Jets are going to win. The Commanders aren't a very good team right now. They had a lot of promise at the beginning of the year. They were kind of, up and down, and then they just fell flat on their face. Jets win. Next, Seattle Seahawks going up against the Tennessee Titans. Seahawks, huge win against Philly, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Man, Drew Lock coming in and playing the way he did, making that final touchdown pass, just I didn't know Drew Lock could do stuff like that, honestly, but I also saw him with the Broncos, who were a very terrible team few years back. Ugh. Anyway, Tennessee, they gave the game away to Houston. They just could not get any momentum after the third quarter. It's a no-brainer. Seattle should win. Next, moving on to the Battle of the Floridians. Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jacksonville losing to Baltimore. And they were close after halftime, but they never had a chance in that game. Baltimore outplayed them. And, I mean, with Tampa Bay coming in, playing for their division title, which so is Jacksonville, but Jacksonville's on a 3-game losing streak. Tampa Bay is on a bit of a hot streak. Baker Mayfield may be falling into a rhythm. I think it's going to be a good game. And if Jacksonville can figure out what their identity is, Jacksonville will win. I'm picking Jacksonville, but I will not be surprised if Tampa Bay gets the victory instead. But I'm going with Jacksonville. Next, Arizona Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. Arizona lost to San Francisco last week. Put up 29 points. So there's that. And Chicago lost to Cleveland, which Chicago had opportunities and chances, and a failed Hail Mary at the end of the game by apparently that much. I think Chicago is better than Arizona. Not by a lot. So it's going to be one of those kind of icky, grind out, low scoring, why would anybody watch this type games? But I think Chicago gets the win. Next, Dallas Cowboys going up against the Miami Dolphins, and I think this will be a very good game to watch if you're a Dolphins fan. I think the Dolphins are going to steamroll the Cowboys. Cowboys are kind of reeling after being blown out by Buffalo and kind of what it seemed like underestimating them. And Miami, granted it was the Jets, but Miami playing for the division. They're on a, let's see here. Well, no, they lost to Tennessee a couple weeks ago. Weird things can happen, you know. I think Miami's the better team. We'll just go with that. With or without Tyreek Hill. If it's with, it's going to be a massacre. If it's without, they'll probably still win by 10. Miami wins. So then we go to Christmas Eve. New England Patriots going up against the Denver Broncos. Yeah, New England is a terrible team. They have nothing to play for. It's talent evaluation at this point for them. Denver's still fighting for a playoff spot. They have a chance, and they would need a win here, which they're at home against a very bad team. Denver should win. I'm picking Denver. They're not going to need a lot. Maybe 200 yards, 2 touchdowns out of Russ, and 100 yards team rushing. And I think that'll maybe 1 rushing touchdown. They need at least 20 points. So I see the Broncos winning. So then, moving on to Christmas Day. Noon. Las Vegas Raiders going into Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I'm not a homer. I'm not going to sit here and go, Raiders, yeah, 63-21, they're going to ride that, woo! No. I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm not delusional. Okay? Would I love to see a Christmas miracle and have the Raiders win in Arrowhead? Of course I would. But Chiefs are better. Defenses are probably similar, especially since Antonio Pierce has taken over for the Raiders. Their defense is, I believe, top half of the league. So greatly improved, maybe even higher than 15. But they've played really well. That's what it was. They've been allowing 15.9 points per game, which is really good. But I don't think the offense for the Raiders is going to be able to keep up with the Chiefs. I hope I'm wrong. That is one game that I am very much okay with being wrong. But moving on. New Jersey Giants going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Giants just no showing in the second half against the Saints and losing 24-6. Philadelphia blowing 2 drives near the end of the game against Seattle and losing by 3 points. Philadelphia will bounce back. The Giants will continue to lose. Philly's looking for the division. They're going to have a day to know if Dallas won or lost and what they need to do. But they're going up against the Giants. The Giants are not a very good team. Tommy DeVito, Barkley, Slayton. I don't even know if Slayton's playing. He might be hurt. I don't know because I don't follow the Giants. But Philly should win. Philly should win. So I'm taking Philly. Then to finish out Christmas, we have the evening game. Baltimore Ravens going against the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a good game. This should be a very good game. 2 very good defenses and a high-powered offense against a meh offense. 49ers have the better offense. Hands down. Argue with me. You probably will if you're a Ravens fan. I'm taking the 49ers. I think they're the better team. More weapons, better scheme. The only thing is the defense is a bit of a toss-up. It's a 50-50 there. So, there you go. There's my picks. And as I have done for the last few weeks, there they are. That's what you got. Screenshot them, follow along at home, mark them down. Actually, feel free to let me know in the comments down below what you think, who you got, who I got wrong, who you agree with, whatever. I don't care what you're telling me down there. Just let me know your thoughts. Anyway, that's it for this week. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy your time. Hopefully we get some good football. Just win, baby. Please. Please. Anyway, I just want to say thank you. And until the next video, it is what it is. See ya.